Alright. Good break. Good stretch. Here we go. I probably won't take another break until the trial is over, honestly. It really depends on how long the trial takes. Alright. If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too. Ugh. Now listen up. You'd better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy guy a creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you, ever. Maya. Phoenix. Mia. Maya, how's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Mia, what am I supposed to do? ... Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. But you can't give up. There's still some hope left. Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here. Not anywhere. Ugh, it's that accursed on guard again. Beep. Will you leave me alone? Don't call me anymore, I mean it. You're really mean, pal. Ah, Gumshoe, I'm really sorry. Where are you? They let me join the investigation team and we're chasing after the killer, pal. Then you have some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now we've got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not gonna give up. Gumshoe. Until the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down, we're gonna do everything we can and find the killer. If we can get Maya out, then you can get on guard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. That's true. I could do that if they found Maya first. You got that? So you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer. I have to make the trial last longer? Okay, that means we press on everything, right? If you go at Mr. Edgeworth with everything you've got, then you two can draw it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're gonna give it all we got, just like you. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Beep. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have it in abundance, right? What was that, stall? Yeah, we can stall. Yeah. Looks like we're coming into the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. We're gonna be here forever. Gumshoe will come through, I know it. We're gonna be here till the end of time. The longest trial in the universe. Where's our water? Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Court is now in session for the trial of Matt on guard. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what exactly was Miss Adriana Andrews' role in this murder. That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings. Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. On Guard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. I suppose I can just walk up to people and meteor them. I played him after she said it's ugly. I rated and she said it's cool. Rose, stop being mad. First of all, don't dox your cousin by using her real name in my stream, please. And secondly, I mean, it just sounds like she needs to cool off. That's what that sounds like. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape. She does it to me as politely as possible. I don't care what happens in other people's streams. This is my stream, and that is the rule. Okay? Thank you. I actually am going to end up... I have some things I want to do to refresh a bunch of things, so now that I'm getting more active and stuff, I'm probably going to refresh my chat rules. Not because of anything specific, but just something that I actually need to take care of anyway. Because there have been some other... It's funny, actually, because I go to a bunch of streams now. I spend a lot of time in other people's streams, and I've seen rules that they have in their chat rules, and I like them. So I want to put them into mine, is basically what it is. You touch the mic. This is a HyperX Quadcast, is what this mic is. If there's a call for it, I can put my specs of my equipment that I use. I can make an equipment section in my About Me to put what I use. So my equipment stuff and all my computer guts. Honestly, one of the things I want to do once I have a better desk, I want to put my tower on my desk because it's like lit up and stuff. My tower is really cool. I just can't actually show it on stream. So I want to set that up so that I can actually show my tower on screen. That would be cool. Yeah, sure, no problem. All right, where am I at? The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape. Then you're saying she is guilty after all? I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card. What is that? It looks like a shell. This is the calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes, Juan Carita was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired the assassin, his client, so to speak, is Matt on guard. What a surprising turn of events. I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on in this time. So I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true. But we still have to hold out as long as we can. At least until Maya's safe and sound. God, Mia is so busty. We need to get her, like, a panel for the front or something. Like, okay, as a woman with a big bust, I feel like if I was in an outfit like that, unless there was a lot of bias tape, I would be constantly terrified that every time I moved, I would just fall out. I would fall out of that outfit every time I moved. Like, just so much bias tape. Like, 4,000 yards of bias tape holding that outfit together with tape and a prayer. I wonder how the trial would turn out today. Doesn't help she's borrowing an 8-year-old's body, so she's not wearing the right clothes anyway. This is true. Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Wait, Powers is On Guard's mentor? We never talked about this. Why did we never talk about this? Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please. Okay. I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star. And what is your relation to the defendant? Well, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way. Yeah. Mr. Powers, please, you don't need to put yourself down so much. Oh, sorry. Well, but I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy. He did do the roles that Matt replaced, that is true. On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct? Yes. I didn't know that. But you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went. All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. On Guard's room. Okay. Sure. This is why you're one of the best streamers in Fight Team. Because you see how I broke a rule, you take action, explain why you don't want that in your chat. You're just nice. Look, I just am myself, right? I try to be very nice. Anxiety plays a big part of that. I try to be very nice even when I'm being firm. Nice but firm. That's a stage management trick I've used with many actors. Because I started college late and I worked. when I was young. I'm always 5 to 10 years older than the people I'm going to college with, usually. Sometimes even more than that. And really, young people, the best way to talk to young people, you don't talk down to them. You do not talk to them like they're stupid. You do not try to be overbearing or rude or agitated, even if they're breaking rules. Nice but firm. The rules are the rules, and you don't break them. We're nice, but we're firm. That's what we do. So, that is my thing. We are nice, but we are firm. So, I love Flight Team. Like, just, I could not, to me, and see, because I, like, am my biggest critic. To me, there are so many people in Flight Team that are so much nicer than me, that are, like, I look up to them. Like, they are what I aspire to be as a streamer. You can always find someone to look up to. That is how I think. You can always find someone to look up to and constantly work to better yourself. That's what I try to do anyway. At least when my exhaustion and anxiety brain will allow it. But other than that, yeah, that's what we do here. What are you doing? Visit to Matt's room. Right. Did I hit record again? I did. Thank God. After the awards ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me. I saw him talking to the killer. Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Power's testimony. And talking with the bellboy is no big deal. If one assumes that the person Mr. Matt on guard was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy. What are you implying? There is always a bigger fish. It's just a question if you're trying to be the biggest fish, or you just kind of look up to the bigger fish. It's a big thing, this slight soapbox, hustle culture, right? And how always be plugging and always be working and everything else. And like, everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants to be seen. No. It's totally fine. Never have to apologize for, if I don't tell you that, if I don't say to you, hey, that's not cool, you don't need to apologize for it. That's how I work. Hustle culture, right? Always be hustling. Always, I can see the best streamers in Flight Team. I can see that, yes. Because I have in my OBS, I have it set up so that I see my screen that I'm working with, and then I see chat to the side. So I see anything that is entered into your chat, into my chat, that makes it through in the chat, I can see on this side. So if you wrote something bigger than that small paragraph, then that did not come through. Anyway, what was I saying? Hustle culture, right? I am of the opinion that life is not to be lived hustling. Like, that is not... Life is... Life is too short to spend all of your time grinding for fame and clout. It's cool to be recognized and seen, but life is too short to spend all of your time trying to hustle for fame and clout. And it's good to have friends that you admire, because it helps you to better yourself in some ways. And I think you should always be striving to improve, whether it's you yourself, or any of that kind of stuff. You should always be striving to improve. I will, let's split it into two. Okay, I will look at it as I do this. Your cross-examination, right? Yeah, okay. Looks like we're in another sticky situation. Huh? A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're just gonna have to charge in head first, right? Alright. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to math's room. Bullies are a big problem in middle school, and I'm happy I'm gone. Still gonna get bullied for the next 4 years. People say don't listen to them, but you can't say that until you walk in their shoes. It's hard. Because I'm a boy, things like Genshin I can't even mention. Too tall, and they say I should play basketball when I'm not interested at all. People in school now, they're just ruthless and don't care about others. Fun fact, even when I was in school, and that would be 20 years ago-ish, more now, actually, people were shit then, too. I was mercilessly bullied the entire time that I was in school, because I liked to read. And I grew up in a part of the country where being smart was a negative. I liked to read. I liked school. I liked to learn. And that, I was ostracized for that. I was treated like, hi, Perk. Hi, hello, Turk. Welcome back. It's early in the day for you. It's early. You feeling all right, buddy? But welcome in. I know, right? My brain. Look, I can't help it. It just happened. Pergola. That makes me think of pergola, which is like a patio kind of like tent thing. Oh my god, brain. Stop it. Anyway, yes. I was mercilessly tormented when I was in school. All I wanted was to be cool, and all I wanted was to have friends. And fun fact, when I got to college, all of the kids that probably would have tormented me had I been younger thought I was the coolest thing since sliced bread. So, and I will do a shortened version of this when Underdog's ad is done. But, yeah. Time. The only thing that fixes it is time and endurance. Honestly. You just kind of have to survive through it, which sucks. Because people are garbage. Not everybody, but a lot of them are garbage. Yeah, why did you go to the defendant's room? Well, I'm his mentor, like a big brother, sort of, and I wanted to say congrats. What's wrong? Why did you stop? Mr. Wright. What is it? You're gonna try to trick me into a corner, aren't you? Okay, it's done. So the short version is, I was mercilessly tormented when I was in middle school and high school, by pretty much everybody, and had maybe 2 friends the entirety of that 7 to 8 year period. Time and endurance is the only thing that really fixes it, because when I went to college, everybody thought I was the coolest shit in the world, and all I wanted when I was young was to be cool. And now, I don't care about that at all. And yeah, that's a thing. So yeah, no, I was ruthlessly bullied the entire time I was in school because I liked to read and I liked to play video games and I was a nerd and I was smart and I liked smart things. It's very hard to ignore people being shitty to you when you're young. I know that it tore me up every single day. I'm not going to say some bullshit about how that made me stronger, because it absolutely didn't. It absolutely wrecked my ability to interact with people. I just hope that you come out of it better than I did. Because there's not much that can be done as long as people are garbage. And I know that that's not as inspiring as it could be. But it's the truth. And that's more important. I think that's more important than a bunch of garbage ass turn the other cheek rhetoric, right? Just survive. The greatest revenge is survival. Because I'll tell you that a lot of those people that were shitty to me are trapped in dead-end jobs in a tiny town, and every time I go back there, I look like the most exotic person they've ever seen because I don't live there anymore. So, yeah. Survival is the best revenge. That is what I will say. Yes, Powers, I am going to try to trick you into a corner. Huh? I know I'm just a poor, underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer. No one said you were, Mr. Powers. No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy. Every time? Witness. I will personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony. Sorry. So you went to the defendant's room. And then... Hey, wait a minute. When and how did I suddenly turn into the bad guy here? Rude. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in the nickel samurai costume. Are you sure that was Matt on guard? You do have a knack for the last day of a trial making a witness admit guilt to murder. That's true. Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the nickel samurai mask then. If that's the case, then he really can't be mistaken. And what was the defendant doing, standing in front of his own room? He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I think this is because I'm a boy. I hate basketball. I like track and all. Just he's saying to me, I laugh with him because if I cry. Oh, well, I mean, you have the choice, right? Even if you're tall, you don't have to play basketball. If you like track, then do track. And if people don't like that or understand that, that's none of their business? Question mark? The only people that really have any control over it are, well, the only people that have any input that might actually kind of matter are quote-unquote adults. But, like, your classmate? Well, no, it's not about what they think, right? It's not about what they think. It's about what you think. Fun fact that no one is going to say to you, because everybody wants you to share. Oh, yeah, no, they do nothing. Everybody wants you to share all the time and whatever and whatever. This is another quote that I don't want actually as a quote because it can be easily taken out of context, but it's very important to understand that the most important person in your life is you. Sometimes you have to be selfish. You have to be selfish for yourself, right? So the person whose opinion matters the most is you. Everybody else's opinions, you can basically flush down the toilet for as much as they actually matter. People who love you will have important opinions that are important, stuff like that. But in the end, the decision is you. That is the hardest lesson to learn as a human. That in the end, the most important person is you. Hard to say. Okay. I'm gonna focus. And I know. And I wish I could help you, like, more than this. But it's hard. I have hopes that will go well for you. Or at least acceptably well. I have to focus on this only because I'm never going to finish it if I don't. Because I am already almost 3 hours live and I just started this trial. I cannot do another 8-hour stream. My voice will not sustain it. At first, what do you mean by that? Force myself onto the basketball team to get people off my back. Yep. See? There you go. Well, he was in a bellboyish outfit. And he had a bottle of juice on a tray. Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me. Yeah, but I didn't think he was a normal bellboy. And why was that? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry. I guess I'm going to have to wait patiently on this one. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant, together, correct? Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. A tip? That's a perfectly normal thing to do. So, how long did you watch the two of them? Not more than a minute or two, I think. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me. So, who are these guests you're talking about? You guys, of course. You and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought it would be really rude since I invited you guys if I had disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway. That's a good point. I know what I like. Your opinions are not me. You don't know what I like. That's a very good point. It's just like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state. I ended up focusing on her. I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to master. Okay, so we're supposed to present evidence now? Question mark? I don't know what evidence I'm supposed to present here. Like, it doesn't make any sense. What am I supposed to present for evidence here? Like, wait. That had to have happened after the stage show, right? When was that? When did that occur? What? When did this actually happen? So, after the award ceremony. I am so confused. Maybe we can present the killer? Yeah, I guess? Let's see if we can present the killer. Well, I mean, first I'm gonna save, because I have no idea what they want me to present here. This is very confusing. I'm also distracted, so I'm gonna take a second. Drink some water. You done all your pressing? Yeah, I thought I had. Let's make sure I've done all my pressing. I'm pretty sure I did all of my pressing, though. We already did this part. Okay. I'll just make sure. I'll just go through it again and make sure. Because, I mean, maybe that's what it is. Because I'm pretty sure that we got the Mia dialogue because we had done all of our pressing. Oh, here we go. Didn't he say a few minutes ago? You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself? Oh, I had to press him about it again. Oh, God. Ah, yeah, that's it. You really know your job. I mentioned Genshin in 8th grade. For the rest of the year, I was considered gay because I was playing a girl game. Yeah, those people are just stupid, and they literally don't matter. Also, I'm gay. Well, partially gay. So, there's nothing wrong with that. But no, those people are just stupid. Like, literally, those people are just stupid, and their opinions should not matter to you. Even, it doesn't matter if you don't have any people, in your school to talk to. You can find other people. That's what the internet's for. The internet's great. Find other like-minded people to hang out with. You don't have to have them as your friends / people that you associate with if they're stupid. Don't associate with stupid people. It just furthers their stupid ideas. It's probably a little bit harsh, but No, like, I have no patience for stupidity. Like, at all. And that's just dumb. Just because it's not COD doesn't mean it's a girl game. Hi! Hi, baby. What? What? You're like, I'm done laying on this bed. Pay attention to me, mother. Hi, baby. Do you want to come lay down? Or do you want to lay down with me? Come on. Come on. You gonna stop the whole stream? Come here. Yep, we're just gonna... Okay, hi. Hi. Hi, baby. Hi. You really know your job. Mr. Edgeworth. I can't see chat for a minute, so... Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, wasn't he? Hello Kitty Mystic Island Adventure, right? There you go, baby. Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Girls really did nothing to care and protect me. I mean, yeah, again, those people are garbage. And anybody who uses that word as a slur is garbage anyway. Like 150,000%. Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony. You mean about the bellboy, right? Matt gave the bellboy tip. So he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that? Well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me. How much it was? Yeah, but that's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. I'm afraid I don't follow at all. Sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of his shocking moments I should ask about. The bellboy's face. What was so shocking about the bellboy's face, Mr. Powers? Excuse me. Well, he wasn't exactly a boy. More like an old Gramps. Old Gramps. Hi. I know that, hope you know that discrimination toward old men is a no-no in my court. No, that's not what I meant at all. In the smack middle of the guy's face, there was a line of stitches. A line of stitches? Yeah, and it went straight from the tippy top of his head to the bottom of his chin. I love that Mr. Powers is the first person. Thank you for the apology. I appreciate that. And it's hard. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. I do appreciate that, Mr. Powers is the first person to talk about this line of stitches on his face. Like, what? Also, Mana, nobody came to the stream to watch you lay on me. Do you want me to put my face behind you? The voice can come from you? Are you going to be the voice of Shu? You going to be the voice of Shu? Is that who you are? Mana, that's ridiculous. You're ridiculous. Almost like if that thread snapped, all the stuff in his head would come spilling out. I mean, it's probably a mask. Ow. Thanks for the chest kickoff. I appreciate that, madam. Thanks a lot. Ow. Ah! He was there. At On Guard's house. He was that butler. What is it, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. So that means On Guard was talking with the killer then. If that fact were to be exposed, On Guard would be declared guilty in a blink. Phoenix, you have to play dumb here. Pretend you don't know anything. Yes, Chief. You sure you don't have anything you would like to say, Mr. Wright? C1. Wow, in a 10 pull? That's nice. And that's how I got my C1 Kokomi, actually. It was back-to-back. It was back-to-back pulls. I did my very first pull on her banner. On Kokomi's banner, I got Kokomi. And then I did one more pull because I don't remember who. I wanted a 4-star. And I did another pull and I got Kokomi again. In back-to-back banners. I hate when I skip the end of it. I feel that in my bones. It's the worst. It's the worst. And you're like, oh shit. What did you just say, Your Honor? Nothing, Mr. Wright, nothing. We're just going around and around in circles. Now then, Mr. Powers, please continue with your testimony. ... Oh, I watched the two of them for a while. The game went back. Okay, so let's press here. See if we can... About the tip. Yeah. How much it was. And then the more surprising... I'm afraid I don't follow it all. Alright, so now we'll ask about the tip. The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree? Sure. But giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think. A little too much. Would you please clarify for the courts about how much you would say the defendant gave the bellboy? Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess. And why is that? If you want to help at a cat rescue... because he gave the bellboy a really, really fat roll of cash. It would entirely depend upon the area which you live. Please do not tell me in the chat where you live and dox yourself. But I would say that if you want to help at I help at a cat rescue that is a specific rescue for just cats. But I guarantee you that there are lots of... If you live really almost anywhere, you probably live within reach of some sort of animal rescue. Google will be your friend. Find their website. Somewhere on their website, there will be something about volunteering. Because they all need help, right? Lots of animals. And they all need help. So that's what I would do. I would Google it. See if you can find a few in the area. Talk to them. See if they need help. And then help them. I mean, it's not glamorous work. I spend a lot of time snuggling babes, but it's also cleaning and scrubbing and cleaning their litter boxes and, you know, nitty gritty, dirty work. And you have to clean a lot because cats get sick and whatever. Do you know any of their... Oh, the cats' names? 100%. They tell you all the cats' names because then you can talk to them and use their names. So, like, my current favorite cats are Hedges, who is an orange spicy boy, and I also love Bruno, who's a gray boy with Thumby babies, a gray boy with Thumbies, like polydactyl thumbs. And I also like Patricia, who's a tabby with, she loves to run on her big wheel that she has. See, but we should talk about Bruno, because Bruno is adorable, and he needs a home. So I have to talk about Bruno, because he's adorable. I would adopt Bruno in a heartbeat. But Bruno and Hedges, I would bring home in a heartbeat. I'm just saying. Alright, he gave the bellboy a big fat roll of cash. A roll of cash? Well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash. That can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. The judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. Objection! The defendant is a superstar. That kind of tip is typical fare for people like him. I don't know if the roll of cash was between 10 to 20% of the service. I mean, he should be tipping at least 20 to 20% for a service like that. Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders? If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays, then why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting? He's got a point. I don't even get paid, let alone rolls of cash for all my hard work. So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, then what was it? There is a fly in my room? Ugh, I hate when there's a fly in the room. And Mana left me, so she won't eat it. It's fine. Somebody will be here eventually to get it. Payment, Your Honor. Exclamation point. Payment? Isn't it obvious? For the murder of Mr. Juan Carita. Then the bellboy the witness saw. Yes, he was the assassin. He's yeah, I think he's, sometimes he gets paid, maybe. He's a public defense attorney, so, like, he gets a stipend from, like, the government or whatever. Like, he's a public defender, so, like, the government pays him, and his clients don't pay him, so he has, like, a base salary, and it's not a lot. Hold your horses now. Mr. Edgeworth, you don't have any proof of this, do you? Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the card Shelley DeKiller left at the scene of the crime. Shelley DeKiller? I think in their system they get paid based on the cases they partake in and if they win or lose. He is the person the police's special investigations team has been chasing for ages. I am certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley DeKiller. Really? What's wrong, Mr. Powers? No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head, and I think I just figured something out. Oh? Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night. What? When he kidnapped Maya. Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw. Yes, sir, right away. When he kidnapped Maya. The second time. This time, I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Oh my god, he saw Shelley DeKiller leaving the victim's room? How did this not come up? How did this not come up before? How did this not come up before? This... Will Powers, you're killing me, Will. Come on. And Phoenix has been shown to be really bad about taking cases without a strong gut reaction to protecting someone being wrongly accused. Yes. I mean, I am fighting for the murderer right now. Like, he is absolutely guilty, and we're just trying to keep Maya from getting murdered. Like, we do not... If we can just stretch this out until they find Maya, then we can be like, we're not representing you anymore. You're a big fat murderer. Go to jail. Do not cast go. Do not collect $200. That's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Carita's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kinda out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin. I'm sure of it. I mean... Oh my god. Thank you very much. That is all we need for now. Huh? But I'm not done. There's still more. Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. DeKiller. Then we will see. So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious. That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain and make us laugh. Ha 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 ha. This is no laughing matter. Yeah, my hand was forced. That is true. I had no choice. This time I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And what time was it? Well, I don't remember. The award ceremony ended around 8 p.m., right? And I went to Matt's room pretty soon after that, and then I came back. And then I went to the bathroom. ... So I guess maybe it was around 8:10 p.m. by that time? You're not one for details, are you, Mr. Powers? Sorry. I thought I could maybe catch Matt and say my congrats. And that's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Are you sure it was the same bellboy? Yeah. And how could you tell? All the bellboys wear the same uniform after all. But you see, well, he had those stitches in his face. This guy is better than that one girl that tried to be your sister, right? Ugh. So I'm sure it's the same guy that was talking with Matt. So, which room did the bellboy come out of? Of course, when I say room, I mean one Karina's room. The victim's room, huh? Yeah, the one with all the really pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was Juan's room, alright. Words cannot describe how screwed I am. Let's continue with the testimony, shall we? Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kinda out of place. So what exactly was so out of place about him? Right. Why the insipid grin? Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's gonna say next? Well, the bellboy was empty-handed. Empty-handed? That bellboy was one of those room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart, and he wasn't holding a tray either. You'd call that a little strange too, wouldn't you? I agree, it is a bit strange, Mr. Powers. But is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers' testimony slide, or try to pull a fast one? There is nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy. But there really is. There really isn't. If you two are done being school children, bellboys are for room service. There is no reason for them to be empty-handed, ever. That is not true. If they bring something to your room and leave it there, then they don't have anything when they leave. Your Honor, I ask that the witness's previous statement be supplanted with this new one. Ugh, Edgeworth. Are you going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious? I see. Very well. This court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please. Yes, sir. Thought it was kind of strange for a bellboy to come out of a guest room empty-handed. Nonsense. All bellboys must carry bells. They're just walking through the halls like clang, 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 clang. So you're saying it's suspicious for him to be empty-handed? Yeah, really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw that bellboy, he was holding a tray in his hand. And there was a bottle of juice and a wine glass on it. Juice? What kind of juice was it? I'm pretty sure it was tomato juice. If we could come up with some sort of reason as to why he would come out empty-handed, some sort of proof, then I think we can dodge the bullet on this one for now. It's the wine glass. He left the tomato juice in the wine glass. Proof, huh? Sounds like another job for the court record. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin. I'm sure of it. We'll press here, but we're going to use the juice glass. Or the bottle. Please don't be so quick to judge. But it's kind of a Powers family thing. Think of every person as a thief. Well, no, not clang, clang, clang. More of a year-round renditions of the Carol of the Bells. Okay, so, fun fact. Let's see if I can... When I do an objection, we're going to have silence. I'll do something when we do that. I guess a thief and an assassin are both sneaky and silent. That's not the point, Phoenix. In any case, if that bellboy was the assassin, it would be very bad for us. But he really is the assassin, you know? Yes, but you can't give in yet. If you want to prolong this trial for as long as possible, you're going to have to pull some cheap tricks on this one. Alright, so we're gonna go through here. Because we know it's gonna be the wine glass. I don't think we have the bottle of tomato juice. I don't think, yeah, we don't have the bottle. We have the wine glass though. So let's do that. Alright, so it's quiet for a second. Fun fact, Carol of the Bells. I was always a soprano in a regular chorus. Which, if you're a soprano most of the time in a regular chorus, your part is the hark Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say throw cares away. You know, the part everybody knows, right? But then, when I joined a Sweet Adeline's barbershop chorus, I was a part that is called a lead, and the altos actually have, or the tenors, excuse me, the tenors have that part, the Hark how the bells, whatever. So lead, you just go, ding, dong, ding, dong, ding, dong, ding, dong. By the way, because I was always a soprano and I always had to sing the part with all the words, I never had more fun singing that song than when I sang it through barbershop and I got to sing a part that was different. I did. And there were multiple times when I was in rehearsals and they would have to be like, you need to be quieter because you don't have the main line, and I would be like, oh, sorry. So I actually love Carol of the Bells, but only when I get to sing that part. Mr. Powers. Yes? You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true. But isn't he really suspicious? He's got all those stitches and... So, a baseball has stitches. Are you saying all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches? Gulp. Well, there's also, I mean, what about him being empty-handed? I would like to ask the court to please take a look here. To be fair, this is the crime scene. There is a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Corita's body. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. And now, if you would look at what is on top of the table in the lower right-hand corner here, to be fair, we all called him sus when we saw him because of his stitched face. I mean, that's accurate. I'm not saying that that's not accurate, because it is. Adjust a little bit. There we go. Yeah, no, that's totally accurate. I love how I am so pale that my skin actually blends into the wall on this side, and my arm almost disappears. Amazing. Yes, it's yesterday's case. That's how long we've been doing this. This is the last case of the game. It's very long. We look at what's on top of the table in the lower right corner here. There's a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Corita's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left. Ah, but that would mean the bellboy had seen and left a dead body in the room. Ah, but can you prove that Mr. Corita was already dead at that time? Mr. Edgeworth. Yes. I blame you for leading me down this route. I am terribly sorry. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us? Is there? The bellboy was empty-handed. Or should I say empty-handed? I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands. Oh, yeah. I almost forgot. Hi. Did you come back? Huh? What? Come on. That bellboy. He was wearing gloves. Gloves? Yeah, pitch black. Leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right? Black leather gloves. Why didn't you mention them earlier? Sorry. It slipped my mind. Come on, baby girl. Oh, boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious. Come on, girl baby. Come back into bed. There you go. Yeah. Alright, gotta focus. Can't get lax here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves. This is this argument. And, by the way, I now can see the fly that's flying around in my room. It's huge. It's a big fly. It is not a small fly. It is a big fly. I'm like, oh my god. It's like a horse fly. It's big. It's gonna fly off the window. No one. I mean, I have a cat now. She'll keep me safe. from the fly. Right, puppy? She says, of course I will, after I'm done making all these biscuits. Come on, Mr. Wright. That bellboy was wearing black leather ones. Or she's gonna leave. Don't step on the stream deck. Are we still streaming? Okay, good. So, a football is made of leather. Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they're made of leather? Yeah, okay, we're gonna have an earthquake because Mona's gonna rub her face on the monitor repeatedly, apparently. Shaky, shaky. Hey, excuse me, Kaiju. Come here. Stop rubbing your face on my monitor and shaking the camera. Oh. But that man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant. And then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe he was just another bellboy. It seems that we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony. The rest? Oh yes, please tell us more. Okay. The hell? Their second meter. Okay. After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door. Just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room. Then the old guy just left, without even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat. What did he... Who... So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene... Excuse me. Come on, brain. So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, next went to the defendant's room? Yeah. I kinda saw that by accident. Some accident? I say you saw too much. And all of it was suspicious to high heaven. I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Now then, let's get started, shall we? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. We're just dragging it out, much as we can, dragging it out. We're gonna save, because we've been through a bunch of stuff. We're just gonna keep ourselves current with our save, thanks. After leaving Juan's room, knocked on the Matt's door, just like that. Thank you. Hydrate check. Is that what you saw while you were busy spying? Excuse me? I may be a poor, underpaid action star, but even I wouldn't stoop to spying. Well, I think the point is, where did you watch all this from, Mr. Powers? Oh, from the door of the bathroom, with my left eye, in a sort of sneaky, spy-like... I knew he was spying. Please, does it really matter if he was doing it over or underhandedly? What did the bellboy do next? That's all I'd care to know. He gave something to the person inside the room. I said, hold it. Okay. That's better. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details. Oh, okay. I should probably ask him only one question at a time. Ask him about the person inside. So who took this something the bellboy handed off? Actually, I don't know. What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. Only an arm? Then you're saying you didn't see the person's face? Yeah. Well, it was Mr. On-Guard's room, correct? So it could have only been Mr. On-Guard himself, I'd say. And then, what did the boy do after that? Oh, so after he gave the person inside the room the thing... We're gonna back up. We're gonna back up before we press that, because we're gonna do what was it? So we don't forget. I like the fact that he's like, I said hold it. Ask about this something. He gave something to this person. Yeah. And what was this something? If I remembered what it was, I wouldn't be calling it a something, would I? But this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers? I think it was something kind of small. I would like to summarize the testimony up to this point, if you don't mind. When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There, he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all you could see was the person's arm. Yes, it was just like that. Mr. Edgeworth, is all this really that important? Of course, Your Honor. I think this is of the utmost importance. This is where whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client. It was the suicide letter, by the way. That's why it wasn't in the guitar case. It was in the... Yeah. It was, well, maybe not in the guitar case, but wherever. The suicide letter was in the room because, right, he was going to read it at the press conference. So when the killer killed him, he took the suicide letter and then delivered it to Matt. And then On Guard probably destroyed it. Because they would have found it when they searched the room if he had not. Either that or it's on his person, but when they searched his person, they would have found it. Mr. Powers, please, try to remember what it was the bellboy handed off. Well, let's see. I think it was... No. If you remember, please add it to your testimony. Yes, sir. If I saw it again, I could say for sure, but I think it was some sort of wooden statue. Letter hidden inside a statue. Makes sense why no one ever found it, if it was hidden. Statue? Yeah, it kind of looked like one, I guess. If I saw the actual thing again, I'd probably remember, you know? It looks like for this trial to proceed, I'm going to have to come up with whatever this statue thing is and show it to him. You're going to have to trust your instinct on this one and take a chance, Phoenix. Well, Mr. Powers, let's continue with your testimony. My court record. This thing. It's this thing. It's this thing. And the letter is inside of this thing. What would the bellboy do after that? And the old guy just left without even going into the room. We'll just press and then we'll do... Yeah. Where did this bellboy go after he left Mr. On Guard's room? He opened the door to Viola Hall. Went in there, and who's nowhere after that, right? Well, I do. He took Maya. After that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat. Did you see anything strange, suspicious, or just out of the ordinary at that time? Oh, yeah, I saw that one thing. What? You saw something else? There was this jittery alien with a ray gun. It was watching Juan's door like some sort of stalker. That's, Wendy Oldbag. That's what that is. ... I think we can forget about the alien. Well, Mr. Powers' testimony just now was as vague as his first. It's a little troublesome, isn't it? But I'm sure if you press him enough, everything will become clearer. Although, that just makes it harder on us, doesn't it? Talk about a lose-lose situation. Alright. We're gonna press on the... We're gonna use the bear, because it's the bear. It's the bear statue. Ba 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 ba. It's this thing. Meh. ... What was the point of that pregnant pause? Where did that objection come from? Well, speak up. It was me, Your Honor. What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this. Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix. Deep breath. Mr. Powers, the something you saw. Was it this item? Oh, hey. That's it. That's the something. Wow, Mr. Wright. Really figured it out. I recall we found this at Matt on Guard's mansion. At the defendant's house? What does this mean? It's simple, Your Honor. Shelley DeKiller assassinated Juan Carita in his room. And then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime. Then the bear being found at Mr. Ongar's mansion would mean... Goes without saying, Your Honor. Mr. Matt Ongard is DeKiller's client. Order, order, order! I said order! Mr. Wright, this is a most unfortunate turn of events for you. Yeah. Sorry, Mia. No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would have later on. Even if you hadn't shown it to the court, I'm sure your friend Edgeworth would have. Oh, I almost forgot that he knew about it too. I think it is clear that there is no need for us to continue this trial. I can't let this happen. I have to do something. There has to be something we've overlooked. Your Honor, a minute, please. Though, how did it get into the house if Matt went straight into custody? That is true. Chain of custody. How did it get there? Yes, Mr. Wright. There are still a few points left that we have not fully explored. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. All right, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you like to explore further? The bear. I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable. ... The bear? Mr. Wright? This was found at Mr. Ongard's mansion. However, Mr. Ongard was arrested at the hotel that night. See, Zaya's on point. There you go. Which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home. Yes, you did say that. Good job. Oh. I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It's not possible it was Mr. Ongard who took this bear to his mansion. Why, that's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken this bear home. Disaster averted. Nope, because he's going to be like, but DeKiller was there. You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright. Huh? I remember it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at Ongard's mansion. We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape. I can't believe it. That butler. All this time, he was DeKiller. DeKiller and Ongard were working together, so to speak. And DeKiller was hiding at Ongard Mansion as its butler. What a bold move. The bear figurine was brought back to Ongard Mansion by DeKiller himself. And when it looked like he was about to be arrested, Ongard had him do so. I assume because it would have been bad had the police found it during their investigation. Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for a while now. This is too much. Isn't there anything I can attack at all? I have to try. I have to find something else. What will you do now, Mr. Wright? Do you plan to save your game? I do plan to save my game. You know, Edgeworth, can you for 5 minutes not be good at your job, right? Edgeworth, if you could just suck a little bit more for a few minutes. Just for a few minutes. Just until your fucking rescue squad rescues Maya. I plan to expose a clearly shaky place in Mr. Power's testimony. What? There's still another one? There is indeed, Your Honor, and it's quite a questionable point. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. All right, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you like to explore further? The person who received the bear, maybe, because, like, even she testified he was asleep. So, if he was asleep, how did he receive the bear? Because he had to have been asleep for her to plant the button. Like, he wouldn't have just laid there for her to do that. Like, he was asleep. So, who actually received the bear? There was one thing in Mr. Power's testimony that was very unclear. And that is the identity of the person who received the bear. Gave something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear, we can't be sure of... Ah! Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? Well, what is it, Mr. Powers? If you're going to scream like that, then at least give us a good reason why. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Actually, so I remembered. I remembered who took the bear. What? Really? I mean, I only saw his arm. But the arm. It was the Steel Samurai arm. But you could say that that was Adrian. Because Adrian was also wearing the Steel Samurai costume. The Nickel Samurai. It was the Nickel Samurai's arm. I swear it. You've got to be kidding. Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers? Yeah, I'm sure it was the Nickel Samurai. You only saw his arm. Order, order. It looks like you've dug your own grave. Yet again. How many times is that today? I've lost count. So the person who took this little bear was the Nickel Samurai. And as we all know, Matt on guard is the Nickel Samurai. Except... thanks to the defense, we've made that all the clearer. I think we've heard enough. We now know why this bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion, as well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Mr. Matt on guard. I see no reason for this trial to continue, therefore I will now hand down my verdict. Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you could not win against the truth, could you? I knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth. Any last objections, Mr. Wright? Again, I will reiterate. Adrian was also in that costume. Well, what should I do? Raise an objection. I will now announce my... You will not. There is only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I have left is this one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now, we have these two reasons to believe my client is the assassin's client. Reason number one, he accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number two, that very same figurine was found at On Guard Mansion. However, it's possible this is all the work of a certain other person. What are you saying? What I'm saying is, it's possible a different person is the killer's real client. The real client? Yes. Is this all you have? ... Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you say is the killer's real client and therefore the real murderer? La la, la la la, da da. Sorry, Adrian. Sorry, Adrian. Sorry, Adrian. Adrian Andrews? Yes, we already know that she tried to frame Matt on guard for the crime. By wearing a spare Nickel Samurai costume. Ah! Then the Nickel Samurai arm that I saw, that could have very well been Miss Andrews. But what about Mr. On Guard? If you would please recall yesterday's testimony, the defendant was taking a nap during the break period. That's right. Then, finding this figurine at Mr. On Guard's mansion? It was a well-laid trap. Set by Miss Andrews. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this? Dot dot dot. I can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense's logic. Besides which, there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either. What is with this trial? Come on! I can't believe the defense would go so far as to pin the guilt on someone else. Yeah, unbelievable. It's not something petty. It's murder of all things. This is to save Maya. This is to save Maya. Even if the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up on. Dot dot dot. Order, order, order! All disruptive parties will be forced to leave the courtroom. Your Honor. For the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with his what-if game. His what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. Exclamation point! Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it strange and wondered, why would the criminal want this little wooden bear? Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is where the note's gonna come in. He's right. The killer did specially bring that bear to on guard right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely. And I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts against Miss Andrews. And who would that be? It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adriana Andrews herself. Adrian Andrews. I see. Well then, the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare its witness in that time. Yes, Your Honor. Oh, this is intense. 11:54 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Is it already almost time for a break again? Oh my god. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought in your desperation you'd try to pin the guilt on Adrian. Dot dot dot. I swear this demon will pay. Mr. Nick! But Pearls? Where's Mia? I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away. Fucking Maya. A really strong power? It's Maya. It's Maya! It's Maya! Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is... It's from Gumshoe. Did he ever say how he got that scar? No, he did not. How's it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal? Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto. Phew, that's good, pal. And what about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where the killer and Maya are? We still don't have any leads, but, what? We don't have any more time. If we just had one, even a single clue would be really helpful. Where's Maya? Where's Mia? Mia. I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I've got to keep the trial going until Maya's been rescued. But have I just run out of luck this time? Is all our hope for naught? A tent! Huh? A tent? I can see a circus tent! Mia! It looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was Maya that called you away. She's locked in a dusty little room right now. But I can see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away. Gumshoe! Is there a circus in town right now? There's only one, pal. The very big circus. Maya is somewhere within a 300-foot radius of the main tent. What? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map. About a 300-foot radius from the main tent. Hurry. And I can see a mailbox under the window just outside. Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox. Okay. What else? What else, Mia? I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. It felt like I was in an old office building. Maybe the 3rd floor or so. I heard her. Old office building. Good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang in there. Just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck. Good luck. I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay, pal? Mia! Maya's not hurt, right? She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved. Gumshoe, please hurry. Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make this trial last a little longer. Holy shit. Holy shit, man. Oh my god. This is intense. Look. We can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Court will now reconvene. The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises. Starved, now feel bad snacking while watching. Look, I'm hungry. I'll tell you what. I'm hungry. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question, will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand. They totally would have taken that notebook from her. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. ... However, you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder. I understand. Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews? Of course I have. You've seen it before? That's right. It's only natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court to this bear's secrets? All right. Why? Why does she... Hi. I see you have returned. Hello. I know. Come on, Chirpy. Hi. Hi, baby. Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. Ooh, are they gonna let me take it apart? I love puzzles. At its center is a small cavity, with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. I was going to redeem water, but 5 minutes on the timer still. I just drank some. I'll do it again. So this figurine, it's a container of sorts, is it? Yes. Looks can be deceiving. Wouldn't you agree? Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh, yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. It looks like there really was something to that bear after all. I want to open the bear. Let me open the bear. I bet I can figure it out. Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. A puzzle? That's right. But it looks like an ordinary figurine. True enough. To people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. Only logic puzzles for you, no physical puzzles, right? So what kind of puzzle is this exactly? If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. I actually have a puzzle box like that. A small jewelry box. It's a cat puzzle box. No, this isn't Professor Layton. I mean, right? Whenever the rest of my belongings reach my location, and I have that box in my possession, I can show it on screen, on stream, and I can show how I open it. It's actually really cool. It's a simple one, but I really like it. So you can take it apart. And how would one go about doing that? Well, you first turn its tail to the right and then push it in. Oh, yes, I see. After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed. Ooh, the judge is doing it. That's rude. This is most interesting. A boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on. I think he's lost it. She's also giving the solution. Yeah. So what do you find after you take the puzzle apart? At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. And how do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. Huh? It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland.
Then this was a present from you?
That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for Juan.
So it was a present from Miss Andrews.
Witness, let's continue with your testimony. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. So who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle? Only the two of us, Juan and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland, so I doubt there are that many people with the same bear in this country.
But this looks like it can be easily broken, especially if someone wanted to get at what's inside.
Well, it's a toy, but it can never be the same again once it's been broken. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or jewelry box? I never told anyone. And as long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew. The two of you, huh? Then of course that means Mr. On Guard didn't know, right? ... I think this is about all I'm going to get for now. But I mean, she did just basically contradict herself. Why? You're so cute, Mona. Why are you so gross? Why? You can't tell me, can you? I know. It's okay. I can read. A wooden puzzle with a hollow inside. Only Karita and Andrews know how to open it. Well, Mr. Wright, I think that even you have come to realize... question mark? That there is one very important fact we have uncovered. And that is this. This bear is actually a jewelry box. Now that we have agreed on this point, there is only one logical question that can come next, and that is this. What is inside this box?
What's inside?
That's right. That's what we are going to find out next, witness. Yes? You are the only one who can open this. Please. She's gonna open the bear. Da-da-da-da. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews now, as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. Click. I've opened it. Is this what you wanted?
What is that? It looks like a note.
I don't think we need to guess at what that is, do we, Mr. Wright? ... It's the suicide note.
The suicide note?
The suicide note left by one Karina's former manager, Celeste Impacts. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts. But just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Karita himself. It seems Celeste Impacts had very beautiful handwriting. And she just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide.
Order!
Witness, did you know about this? Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Because it had already been taken by the killer. Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. So now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question? What is written on the note? That's right. At least, that's what I would think. Now then, I believe it is only appropriate the contents of this note be made known. I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it. and I was going to burn it, for her sake. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud. Very well. The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the deathly silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impax left to us a record of all that had happened to her. About being used and then thrown away by On Guard. About being engaged to Kurita and On Guard's role in destroying that. And about how she decided in her despair to end it all. And that's all Miss Impax had to say. There is one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. On Guard. Then what? Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference. My word! Matt On Guard values, above all else, his refreshing like a spring breeze image. Which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost. Found inside the figurine. Tells of On Guard's horrible misdeeds. Why didn't we just get something added to the court record? I'm worried about how much longer this is going to go. This is worrying me that we're adding things to the court record right now. It's concerning. It's On Guard's fault that woman killed herself. This time, he even went so far as to kill someone to stop him from revealing that. How terrible. What a selfish person. I guess there are slimeball lawyers out there who'll defend these creeps too. There is no room for doubt here. Mr. DeKiller's client's goal was to obtain this suicide note. And the only person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. And let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house. It seems we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. Ugh, how am I supposed to escape from this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know. I have to carry on and buy him some more time. Okay. There are two deadly pieces of evidence, the figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of this situation through one of those. The gavel is already in the judge's hand. Phoenix, hurry! Save. The suicide note or the figurine? Which one of these should I pursue? We're gonna pursue the figurine. Maybe not. The figurine, because we have established that On Guard didn't know that the suicide note was inside the figurine. Like, she just testified that the only people who knew that there was a cavity inside of the bear were her and Juan. So, why would On Guard want the bear? They have not answered that question. Please wait, Your Honor. Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going at it. It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get a killer off the hook. The assassin took this with him from the crime scene after murdering Mr. Kurita. At the request of his client, of course. So, what's your point, Mr. Wright? I don't think it's possible that Mr. DeKiller's client was Matt On Guard. In fact, I think there's a contradiction here. ... You can't tell just by looking at this that this bear is really a jewelry box. The chances that Matt On Guard thought the note was inside this bear are 0 to none. Oh, I didn't think of it that way. Exactly. But I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. After all, there is no reason why Mr. On Guard would ever want a jewelry box like this.
Order, order, order! You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? ... It was just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh? The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this. What is that? It is a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a mean of spying. Spying? What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. Matt on guard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. And the victim, Juan Corrida, was being spied upon. But wasn't the bear delivered the night of the whatever, and it was only gonna go on at that certain time? So, like, if it had happened before then it wouldn't actually record the fact that, you know, whatever. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt on guard. So I find it interesting that the setup for the third game is Disgrace. Because that's what's happening right now, right? Like, we're saving Maya, but we are systematically destroying our reputation to do it. Like, we are systematically destroying ourselves and our reputation to save Maya. And even if we save Maya, like, they're not going to care, right? Like, trials and tribulations, exactly. Like, the audience isn't going to care. They're not. They're not going to care. Why? And whatever. Like, however it results, we will lose. No matter how this turns out, we lose. And we know that, right? We know that. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities. Well, sort of. Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you are confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. Exclamation point. But this camera that I have is not that same one. Last night, I searched the victim's house on a hunch. Using this Gumshoe's bug sweeper. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera. Matt on guard's fingerprints were on there. Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. Ongard learned of the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along. He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that. Hey, now what's that lawyer thinking? Mommy, is that man the bad killer guy? Shh, stop, don't look at him. The way he's sweating is just so nasty. Phoenix. Yes, Chief? Have you figured out what you're going to do next yet? What I'm going to do next? Is running away like a frightened child work? I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting the lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing. Well, what is it, Mia? There is a piece of evidence that he really should investigate. Something he should investigate. I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? Alright, I think this time we finally understand everything. Finally save our game again. Oh my god. It's gonna be another 8-hour stream. It is. Son of a bitch. You know what? I don't care. Whatever. I will persevere. Whatever. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you? What is this piece of evidence that Mia is talking about? I'm pretty sure... We made it to part 16, you're right. I'm pretty sure she's talking about the transmitter, maybe?
I mean, well, the camera that we have set to record, I don't know. I don't know what this piece of evidence is that she's talking about. Can I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at, or should I let it go? So there's something, right? Present evidence, sure. I don't know what it is. I have an objection, Your Honor. That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go so easily. You are beginning to sound desperate. That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth. This is not like you at all. Question mark? In your eagerness to prove your points, you've forgotten one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? So you're telling me that I forgot something? You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence. Edgeworth hasn't seen this. If it's something that Edgeworth has not seen, Edgeworth has seen everything that we have, with the exception of Celeste's photo. Edgeworth has not seen Celeste's photo. So maybe the fact that Celeste signed it, like, with love, Celeste, is the angle that Phoenix is going to go for. But, like, this is the evidence that he has not seen. He has seen everything else. Because I don't think it's the transmitter. We're going to try the photo, and if it's wrong, we'll try the transmitter after. That's what we'll do. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I do believe some special examination is needed. But I think the item should be examined as the defense's gray matter. Okay, that was wrong. After this trial is... Mr. Wright, after this trial is over, I'd like to see you in my chambers. I think there are a few things we need to discuss. Yeah, Your Honor, okay. Alright. It's telling me I forgot something. So close. I don't remember where we saved, but it's okay. Alright, I guess we'll try the transponder? Nope, that's not right. Possibly the camera that we have? Something you should really examine about this evidence. I mean, the bear again? Because he doesn't know how to open it? Alright, so I'm gonna try this spy camera, and if it's wrong, we're gonna reload and I'll try the bear. That's the plan. That's the plan. It's wrong and we're gonna reload. Okay. Load. I don't know exactly where this is gonna put us, but we'll fast forward through the part wherever we are. Oh, okay, we're right here. Present evidence. I have an objection. So we tried all of those things. I guess we'll try the bear? Nope. Bear's wrong. Like, what has Edgeworth not examined close enough? That's the question here. Maybe the note. It was in the bear until a minute ago. Well, let's try it. Yep, that is it. Good job. That is Miss Impact's suicide note, right? Who knows? I mean, sure, this suicide note was found inside this bear. This bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means the handwriting on this suicide note has yet to be analyzed. Oh. So, as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Impacts or not, that has yet to be even remotely confirmed. Mr. Wright, you can't seriously be suggesting... Mr. Wright, are you saying this suicide note is a fake? Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. On Guard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into this bear? How dare you? Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever. But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who could solve the puzzle is the witness herself. Ugh! I knew that was going to come up. Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use it to frame Matt on guard. I did no such thing. Right. If you're going to pronounce this suicide note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution. Ugh. That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on this suicide note? It is as the defense has stated. The handwriting has yet to be analyzed. If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where a verdict is impossible. That's impossible! This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day. I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate. Handwriting analysis, my butt! That's just a lawyer trying to buy more time! On guard is guilty. I think we've reached the end of the line. Guilty! 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 Oh, rabble-rousing. There's the phone. Yes! What is that sound? It's Gumshoe. Hello? Gumshoe? What is with him, and what's with that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer? He got away. What? I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do. Anyway, what's going on? We found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone. This is terrible. I'm gonna keep looking for him, pal. Don't you worry. You just need a little more time. But don't tell me we don't have any more. Do you hear that? They're calling for his head. Mr. Wright, I can't for us to come this far and... Oh! What is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that. Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself? Yes, Your Honor. I am about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after. Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch! Mr. Edgeworth, please, you've got to buy us some more time. Court is in session. I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying? Mr. Wright, this is a court of law. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I am reluctant to do this. However, it appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow. This time I really can't do anything. Court is now adjourned for the day. Edgeworth says no. Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth? What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time. For what purpose? We can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time. But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes? I believe we can, Your Honor. But wouldn't it be better if we adjourned for the day and reconvene tomorrow? 30 minutes. Please, Your Honor. That's all I am asking for. Please, Your Honor. ... Very well. At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today. I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us. The court will now take its final recess of the day. Longest day in the universe. Oh my god. March 23rd, 2:04 p.m. Right, well, what's going on with Maya's situation? To kill her, it looks like he got away again. 30 minutes? Can't find her in that time. Ugh. Report. Is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time, just spit it out. Right. It looks like we just missed them, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away. A few things. Can we use any of them as evidence? I thought you'd ask, pal. I've got the things he left with me right now, and I'm on my way over. Really? That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran. What? Alright. Alright, Gumshoe. No wonder they fired you, buddy. Oh my goodness. Gumshoe. We gotta talk, buddy. Come on. Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to... I'm really sorry, sir, but I gotta put the law on hold for now. Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. With my hunk of junk car, I'd say they'd be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry. I'll be there. Wait for me. Alright. Just get here in one piece. I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red light. Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this? Did somebody just blow up the courthouse? Hey. Oh, I think Gumshoe just ran his car into the courthouse. I think Gumshoe just ran his car into the courthouse. Hey there, Panda. Pretty sure Gumshoe just ran his car into the courthouse. We have already been live for 4 hours, and I thought we were close to done, and we are not. It's okay. Panda, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it, bud. Welcome in. How was work? I know you were working. Yeah. Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me. Or he just crashed his car completely? The killer was in his car. Oh, no. No one can stop me, is what it said. Do me a favor. Before I click, Zaya, please give a shout out to our glorious friend, the Texan Panda. And while I take a second to drink some water and recover from the shock of possibly Gumshoe getting offed just now. What is that?
Got you, bitch.
What is that? What was that? But that was pretty great. That was really great. That was a nice kill. Oh, you're welcome. We like to shout out our friendos here. Oh my god. I'm so Is Gumshoe dead? What happened? It sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What was he thinking? We've got to hurry and call for help. A Call of Duty Vanguard. Oh, yeah. But we have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get those items before they do, the police will take possession of them. No! We can't let that happen. Well, if there is a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance. Why, oh why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at this moment? There is a way! That's right, there is a way. What? How? I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. The transceiver? Oh, because I bet that one of the things that the killer left was the transceiver. So I bet we can use the transceiver to find him. Right, we're not in the middle of a mock trial here. I guess this won't work. I guess it's up to me. Alright, I'll think of something on my end. Don't get your hopes up too high, but I'll try my best. Did I say something wrong? Edgeworth. What is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. ... I know my client is guilty. But what I'm doing now... I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say, defense attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right. It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not. That can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict. Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here? Yes, bailiff. And there's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent. They're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do. Oh my god. This is so intense. I can't handle it. Ah! Alright. I wasn't going to take another break, but, I mean, first of all, trial part 4-2. So, we have at least an hour, probably, if not more. Secondly, I'm out of water. And as we all know, for this particular game, being out of water is actually a vocal death sentence. So, we're not gonna do that. I'm gonna get into the next screen. Courtroom number 3. Can you not grab my elbow, madam? Here we are. We're back in the courtroom. Alright. Courtroom now can reconvene. Okay, whatever. We got some music in the background. That's all that matters. Alright. I'm gonna take a break for a second. I have to go get some water. So, hang out, and whatever, and then we'll be back in like 3 or 4 minutes after I stretch and grab some water. Okay? That's the best we can do. So I will be right back.